Have you ever wished you could just see math? Not just the numbers on a page, but see it all come to life? Well, today, we're diving into something called Pandora. It's a new AI platform that's looking to completely change how we learn tricky subjects by turning abstract ideas into these amazing custom animations. It's a really cool approach to education, so let's get into it. I mean, really think about it. You're staring at a textbook, right, at a page full of equations or some complicated physics problem, and you're just wishing you could actually see it happen. Watch the graph curve and transform, or see the forces pulling on an object. If you've ever felt that, then you know exactly the problem Pandora is trying to solve.
And that feeling? That's the core of what we call the abstract learning problem. It's a huge issue, especially in educational systems that are really heavy on theory. It just makes it so hard for students to build a real, gut-level understanding of these big, abstract ideas.
Yeah, it's a total mismatch. We're trying to wrap our heads around these dynamic, moving concepts like calculus or physics, but what are we given? Static notes, maybe a boring diagram in a book. The idea itself is alive, but the way we're taught is often flat and lifeless. Now, I know what you're thinking. Hey, what about all the online learning tools we have now? And that's a fair question. But the thing is, there's a pretty big gap in the market right now, and a lot of students are falling right through it. So on one side, you have your standard e-learning websites. The content's often solid, but it's all pre-recorded. It's static. You can't really play with it. Then on the other side, you've got these incredible new generative AI video tools. The problem is they're built to be creative, not to be correct. They make things that look impressive, but they just don't have the mathematical precision you need for education. The visuals can be inconsistent or worse, just flat out wrong. So if the old tools are too stiff and the new tools are too sloppy, what's the answer? Well, it turns out there's this sort of secret weapon for visual learning that's been out there for a while. It's perfect for the job, but it's been locked away, really inaccessible for most people. Well, until now. And that secret weapon is called Manim. It stands for Mathematical Animation Engine. And if that name rings a bell, it's probably because it's the open-source Python library created and used by the one and only Grant Sanderson for his amazing YouTube channel, 3 Blue 1 Brown. And just look at this. This is what Manim does. It's beautiful. It can render those complex math equations using a system called LaTeX flawlessly. It creates perfectly precise 2D and 3D plots. And because it's all driven by code, not AI guesswork, every single line, every curve is exactly where it should be. It's the gold standard for a reason. So the big question is, if this thing is so perfect, why isn't everybody using it? Well, here's the catch. To make Manim do its magic, you have to know how to code in Python. And that's a massive wall for the average student, or even a teacher who just wants to quickly visualize a concept. And this is exactly where Pandora steps in. It's designed to be the bridge across that gap. Think of it like your own personal animator. It takes your simple questions and turns them into these beautiful, accurate visualizations, and you don't have to write a single line of code. This quote from the project's proposal really just nails it. The whole point of Pandora is to finally unlock the incredible power of Manim and hand it directly to students and teachers, no programming degree required. Okay, so how does it actually pull this off? Let's take a quick spin through the platform and see how the magic happens. At its heart, the whole process is incredibly simple. First, you just ask your question in plain English. You just describe what you want to see. Second, Pandora's AI acts like a super smart translator, converting your request into a perfect Manim script. And finally, the platform does all the heavy lifting and spits out a studio-quality, mathematically perfect animation for you in just a couple of minutes. And here's what that looks like. It's called the Animation Builder, and it couldn't be simpler. You see that prompt box? You just type what you're curious about. Maybe create a scene showing the Pythagorean theorem. And bam, you hit generate. That's it. Your curiosity is the only thing you need to bring. But it's so much more than just a one-off tool. Pandora creates this whole learning bubble just for you. This personalized dashboard actually tracks your progress, it learns which concepts you've got down, and then it recommends custom animations and problems to help you with the stuff you're still struggling with. The platform also has this awesome concept library, and it's a mix of the best AI-generated animations combined with a curated library of videos from expert human teachers. So you really get the best of both worlds, the speed and power of AI with the wisdom and insight of a real person. And the whole ecosystem just keeps getting richer.
Pandora even has its own special file format, .pander, for interactive notes that work offline, so you can take your visual study guide anywhere. It connects you to daily practice problems, and, this is the best part, when you get stuck, it gives you step-by-step visual solutions. It doesn't just tell you the answer, it shows you how to get there. It's a complete learning loop.
So yeah, the features are amazing. But let's zoom out for a second and look at the bigger picture here. Because the potential impact this could have on the future of learning is, well, it's huge.
Really, the most important thing is this shift away from passive learning, just sitting there listening or reading, and moving toward an active, interactive, deep understanding of the concepts. It's all about building that intuition, not just memorizing formulas. It strengthens those core problem-solving skills we all need.
And this isn't designed to be some small, niche app. It's built to go big. It could easily expand to cover all the STEM subjects, and it's designed to plug right into huge national education platforms like Diksha and Swayam in India. Plus, with support for regional languages and voice commands, it could be accessible to so many more people. When you step back, you see that a tool like Pandora, one that combines artificial intelligence with mathematical perfection, can play a real part in empowering the next generation. It lines up perfectly with big, bold, national goals for an innovative future, like India's Viksit Bharat 2047 initiative. So, I'll leave you with this to think about. If you had a tool that could instantly animate any idea you've ever struggled with and make it totally clear and interactive right in front of your eyes, what would you ask for first? It's pretty exciting to think about the possibilities, right?